OG. Here we are, first episode of Daily Grind. It's early in the morning where I'm at, and I just had a great 3-game session. You'll see in a little bit. It got me promoted up from Ruby 3 to Ruby 2. So for the start, I'm just slowly going through. I made separate videos with these tactics more in depth, talking about them and showing these tactical setups and duties, but I wanted to go ahead and pause through each one for my balance, attacking, and even the defensive setup that I use, just in case you guys want to use these setups that you see in my highlights and gameplay. But still rocking the 5-2-3, which is doing great. I have noticed more use of the 4-3-3 just when games start to get a bit stale. As you move up in divisions, it's a lot more competitive back and forth gameplay, and you got a lot of great attackers, which means you need to be that much stronger defensively, especially with both wing play, aerial threats, as well as long shots. I mean, they're all formidable. So you have to be ready for everything, and the 5-back's a great way to defend it. But if the game gets a little bit stale, I did like, the fact that Valverde moves up a little bit into that cam formation, and it helps out. So 5-2-3 is a great way to go, great way to feel out your opponent. And if you feel things get stale and you want to go more attacking, the 4-3-3 with the cam is a great option. But 3 great games heading into Ruby 2. I have no plans on changing anything with my team at all. I still have 2 players from my original setup that I would love to see how far they've came, and that's my left wing, Rachinia, and my left center back, Chamba, who are both big parts of the team, just like the other 9 guys that I got. So let's head into the first game. You see my opponent there, Platinum 3. A lot of wins, but a lot of losses. Traditional 4-4-2 setup. Pretty good opponent as well. A little bit laggy this game overall, but we managed to get a good start here. Some good left stick, good feints from Ronaldo to make it 1-0. And then he comes down and ties it up right before halftime there. That's what I meant by the lag. It sounds like an excuse, but I just couldn't player switch right. You see here, we retake the lead in the second half with a corner from Ronaldo. And then he follows up with a good quick settle, touch out, boom, finish. And that was that game. We matched the same opponent back-to-back, which I'm fine with as long as it doesn't go past 2. If you get into 3 and 4 times in a row, it gets wild. There's got to be some spacing after 2, in my opinion. But this opponent wasn't mad at it for sure at this start. He goes up 1-0, but another quick response, just like when he tied it last game. And he's going to have nightmares about CR7. Or, sorry, that was Rachinia, actually. But this one, he's going to have nightmares about CR7. Another header, very similar to last game. He probably thought I would do something differently, but I faked him out, going near, went far. And that was the game winner, 2-1. So back-to-back wins, and we face a new opponent now, going in the 4-3-3 against our 5-2-3. And he starts off very well, 1-0 early on. But the magic of CR7 comes. You see I lost the ball, won it back quickly. You have Valverde, and I was wrong. It was not the magic of CR7. It was the magic of Valverde. Just some simple cuts, left stick dribbling. That's it. That's what I love about this game. It doesn't have to be complicated. There's a fake shot feint. You see Ronaldo. Amazing finish for what will be the game winner and the promotion goal, if you want to call it that, to go from Ruby 3 to Ruby 2. 3 good games, not just blowouts, and two very good opponents, one back-to-back, and then you saw there the third opponent. You see the awards there, nothing special, just a few basic skin packs. The reputation points are cool. Just taking a look at the divisions, kind of the inner workings of the system, because I still, going into this, was figuring out, now I know, if you're going into a promotion, like you're getting ready to be promoted, you're 5 out of 6 wins, and you have 2 wins, say your 6th win is at least, You have 2 wins in a row at that point. You actually skip that winning streak portion and you go straight in the next division. You don't then have to win 2 games back to back, right? Whereas if you're kind of not consistently winning and maybe you have a loss, then a win for your 6th win, you have to go into that winning streak and actually win 2 in a row before you get promoted. So it's a great motivator to really focus on grabbing those wins. Draws do not count. So if you have a draw going into your promotional game, you're going to have to do that 2 wins situation. So it's definitely worth pushing for the wins, especially if you're at a draw. It's worth thinking about if you're at your promotion or at least within 2 games of it. It will make it easier on you. But that was my journey for tonight. It's got me from Ruby 3 to Ruby 2. I will continue doing this. I feel like at least 3 games will be included in these, if not more. But just wanted to give you guys an example of this, how this will go. And I look forward to the journey ahead, and I appreciate you joining me. Have a good one. OG. Daily Grind, Episode 2. You see my first matches into Ruby 2. We ended on a good day. 4 bars into Ruby 2. It's 8 matches instead of 6. You see there, I did not get the first 3 games highlights. Not on purpose. Even though there was my only 2 losses in those. I just simply started playing early in the day and forgot to record. But we picked it up after a shaky start in Ruby 2 and ended up, like I said, putting 4 bars on our quest to get to Ruby 1. See there, I played one opponent 3 times, 3 victories. He's an opponent that actually, at the start of our rivalry, he had done that long switch to the wings. It was one of the first opponents that I had to figure out that puzzle with. And so he got me a few times towards the beginning, but I started getting his number, and today was definitely a day where you'll see in the highlights he ends on quitting out of frustration. But those were the victories you see here. This is the team, much of the same from my previous video. Some updated skins. I switched from collision to passing. Honestly, I don't notice much of the differences between the skins. I just feel like I would like to think they do make a difference, especially in tight games. And so the collision was those skins were more physical upgrades. These passing skins are more technical, I'd say. And not to mention they look cool. I love the idea of the skins. I wish they were a little more accessible for everybody, and I also wish for the skins you don't use, especially the individual players that you don't have, I wish you could do something with those, like turn them into CP or something. I hope they look into that in the future, but I do love the idea of the skins and providing these boosts and also boosting, the cosmetic look of your team. You see there the Ronaldo and Marquinhos individual skins. Ronaldo one in particular, the 4-star boost on long shots. Pretty awesome. He's really good at them anyway, so like I said, I haven't noticed the difference in any of the boosts. But you have to assume they do make a difference. So I went with the passing skins here. You can see the different attribute boosts they give each player. The goal obviously is to get all legendary, which are yellow skins, or individual ones if those are better. Sometimes the series skins are better than some of the individual ones. There's all different individual ones though. So right now, Ronaldo and Marquinhos have the individuals. The rest go with the passing series skins. And now we will head into our first match here. You see a good team from Dagger Sports. Not as strong as mine, obviously, but he has some very good players. Nunez up top, the 90 rated Nunez, Son on the wing. He's got Walker and Balde on the wing back positions. You see the 1-0 here. Great footwork from Ronaldo. The spin move to split the center backs. Left-footed rifle, 1-0. Thanks for coming. That was it for that game. Here's my Diamond League 1 opponent of the day. Very strong squad. No skin on Ronaldo for whatever reason, but very good record too. So I was pumped up expecting a very tough game. He's a couple levels higher, so I wanted to see what he was all about. And unfortunately for him, I was pretty dominant in this game. You see, this is more of the Holland meta. Even though Ronaldo's great at crosses, you typically see that, not from my gameplay, but Ronaldo nonetheless finishes the cross and the header. That was from Rafinha. Second goal looks lucky at first glance, but watch this. The defender makes a great tackle. Ronaldo carries on his run, and the goalie just makes a bad touch, and Ronaldo finishes. So, kind of cheesy, but then again, honestly, when you look back, I think it was realistic. Bape Stars was the next opponent. Platinum 1, very good record, very good team. So another, what I expected to be a tough game, and you were going to see, it absolutely was. It was a close game. We actually got off to a good start here. As you'll see, the interception. You see some of the passing. Very happy with my passing in the 5-2-3 lately. A lot less mistakes. Feeling a lot more fluid. We get out to the wing. You see Elise burn the defender twice, right? And then here's the brilliant part of this. Watch Ronaldo stop his run. Brilliant pass from Elise, but he stops his run instead of continuing forward. The defenders continue forward, compensate, and Ronaldo gets a hard pass from Elise and buries it. You see there, though, a great goal from the opponent. He splits the center backs himself with a curling shot, and then here's the game winner. Watch this beautiful cross, but Chouameni goes to close him down, blocks the cross, and then Dumfries, recovering, my wingback recovers, gets the ball, plays it into Elise, who then releases Ronaldo. One touch forward on the bounce. He rifles in another left-footed shot. A lot of left-footed goals for Ronaldo today. That was enough to be the game winner. As we head into our third match of the day, second one on these highlights with Dagger Sports, and it would be our third victory. A little more eventful here than the one goal I showed you earlier in that victory. And you'll see here where he ends in frustration. So, first goal, it was actually very good. You'll see here, pass out. We got a little lucky to win that, but then good ball movement there. Great cross here, or out to the wing from Ronaldo, and then great run. Rafinha, right to the end line. Boom, boom, near post. And another lefty goal for Ronaldo. No surprise after all the left-footed goals today. And then here's where he ends in frustration. Ronaldo, he goes in line now. Boom, cuts it back to his right. Just some quick left stick dribbling. His Chouameni ends up fouling, gets a card. Ronaldo steps up for the penalty, and I don't even get to take it. The frustration sets in, the quit goes down, and we get the victory there. So, all in all, very good day. You see back all the goals from the highlights in a row now. In summary, I feel like it's much of the same. It's inching up in quality of opponents, difficulty of opponents. It's inching up as I go up in divisions. I know for a fact in Premier League, there's a ton of teams that will make my team look like nothing. And I know for a fact in Premier League, it's going to be game after game is going to be tough. There's going to be back and forth wins and losses. I can't wait to get there. That's the goal. In the meantime, though, we have to get through Ruby and then Diamond, and that is not going to be easy. I know there's only one division in Diamond, which is awesome because it's a quicker path to Premier. But getting these last four in Ruby 2 and then through Ruby 1 before we even get to Diamond, I mean, there's a long way away before Premier. A lot of improvements to be made, but I know I'm steadily getting better. That's why I kind of love this series too. Even if nobody ends up watching and I end up just talking to myself, essentially watching myself, it's cool to follow my own journey. I hope that if anybody watches, it's entertaining. It's an awesome game, I'll say that. I know there's some fixes that need to be made, but it shocks me to still see some of the comments where people just, won't even give this game a shot. Just automatically assume it's a bust and FC's still much better because FC, it's terrible to play. It's miserable. And this is actually fun. I've yet to not have fun playing this game. I've yet to not have fun. In FC, I never had fun, period. I mean, I was excited at the start of the game, and it just went downhill from there. UFL, I was excited to see how this game was with, tapered my expectations, but, I mean, it exceeded my expectations a million times over, and it just keeps getting better. There's obviously some fixes that need to be made, It is not perfect by any means, but there's so much to build on, so much great stuff. I've already talked about it in previous videos, so I won't harp on it, but I just want to say I'm enjoying the game. I hope you guys, whoever watches, enjoys the content, and have a good one.